Awesome. Let's jump right into the next part of your everything in one narration journey. Here's a highly detailed, copyright safe summary of One Piece Chapter 14, crafted to support audio content that lasts well beyond 3 minutes, with cinematic flair, emotional depth, and your signature brand voice. Everything in One presents One Piece Chapter 14, Special Attack. Welcome back to Everything in One, the place where we don't just summarize your favorite anime and manga, we narrate them with emotion, detail, and depth. Today, we continue our journey through One Piece with Chapter 14, titled Special Attack. What makes a move special? Is it the damage it causes, the fear it creates, or is it the meaning behind the moment it's used? Let's sail forward and find out. The calm before the chaos. Nami, Luffy, and Zoro ready the storm. The scene opens with a tense calm in the air. Luffy, Zoro, and Nami, three people from vastly different worlds, now find themselves aligned with a single purpose: take down Buggy the Clown. But this isn't a celebration. There's friction. Nami still doesn't trust Luffy. She doesn't believe in pirates. Her goal is survival and treasure, nothing more. Zoro, while more stoic, is visibly sizing her up, knowing one thing: if she betrays Luffy, she's an enemy. Still, they all understand this alliance is necessary, for now. What makes this moment powerful isn't the lack of trust, it's the fragile understanding beneath the surface. They may not trust each other yet, but they're all standing against a common threat, and that speaks volumes. Buggy takes aim, the power of the Buggy Ball. Meanwhile, chaos brews inside the remnants of Orangetown. Buggy's men, loud and rowdy, prepare their most devastating weapon, the Buggy Ball. Now let's pause for a second and appreciate the theatricality here. Buggy doesn't just fight, he performs. The Buggy Ball isn't just a cannonball, it's a symbol of his twisted flair for destruction. It's oversized, exaggerated, and utterly flamboyant, just like its creator. As the cannon gets loaded, Buggy delivers a speech, half mocking, half dramatic. He talks about the power of fear, of legacy, and why anyone who defies him deserves to be turned into dust. He orders his crew to fire. The cannonball launches into the sky, carrying with it the explosive threat of complete annihilation. Devastation demonstrated, the Buggy Ball unleashed. The Buggy Ball crashes into a nearby building, not an enemy stronghold, but a random structure chosen simply to show what Buggy is capable of. The result? Instant obliteration. The building vaporizes in a mushroom cloud of fire and smoke, the ground shaking with a boom that echoes across the island. The villagers scream. The sky darkens. It's not just an attack, it's a message. This is what happens when you challenge Buggy the Clown. This is where the stakes shift. Up until now, Buggy has seemed like a loud, dangerous, but almost cartoonish villain. But the Buggy Ball reminds everyone, especially Luffy and his crew, that this clown can really kill. Luffy's fury. That's it. Luffy watches the explosion in silence. His straw hat casts a shadow over his face. The wind picks up. Zoro stands behind him, tense. Nami clutches the treasure bag tightly, and then Luffy speaks, softly but firmly. That's it. Let's go. No shouting, no jokes, just determination. This is one of those iconic Luffy moments, the kind where you realize he's not just some rubbery goofball. When innocent people are threatened, he turns deadly serious. The team begins their march. It's not just a raid, it's justice. Infiltration begins. Nami's skills shine. As the trio approaches Buggy's central base, Nami takes the lead. She doesn't just rely on strength. She's smart, agile, and precise. She guides Luffy and Zoro through the back alleys and rooftops, avoiding guards, spotting weak points, and setting up the strategy. Even Zoro grudgingly admits she's useful. This part shows us something crucial. Everyone in this team brings something unique. Luffy has spirit and power. Zoro is the sword. Nami is the brain. Together, they're already becoming something bigger. This isn't just a trio, it's the beginning of a crew. The mayor's stand, true courage from an ordinary man. While our heroes prepare to strike, another story quietly unfolds in the background. The mayor of Orangetown, an old man with no weapons, no strength, and no superpowers, walks alone toward Buggy's lair. The townspeople beg him not to go. They cry, they plead, but he keeps walking. He knows he can't defeat Buggy, but he refuses to run or hide while his home is destroyed. He's willing to die if it means standing up for his people. This is what Oda does best. In the middle of all the powers and pirates, he reminds us true strength can come from the heart. Luffy versus Buggy, the first strike. The moment arrives. Luffy bursts onto the scene, rubber limbs flailing, eyes burning with purpose. Buggy, arrogant and cocky, laughs at him. Who do you think you are? Buggy sneers. Luffy just grins. I'm the guy who's gonna beat you. And then, boom! Gomu Gomu no pistol! A punch stretches out like a slingshot from hell, smashing through Buggy's crew and slamming into Buggy's smug face. The crowd gasps. Buggy staggers. The clown's laughter turns into a growl. This is it. No more mind games. No more warnings. The real fight begins. Zoro's slashes, Nami's strategy, Luffy's spirit. As battle erupts, each character steps up. Zoro, injured but fearless, carves through enemies like a hurricane of steel. Nami, lurking in the shadows, uses stealth to disrupt enemy reinforcements and guard Buggy's treasure room. And Luffy, unrelenting, focuses entirely on Buggy himself. Buggy retaliates with his Bara Bara powers, splitting his body into floating parts and dodging attacks in grotesque, unpredictable ways. His detached limbs fly around like blades, turning the battlefield into a circus of chaos. But Luffy isn't thrown off. He fights with instinct, with heart, with everything he's got. Final words. When special attacks mean more. The title of this chapter, Special Attack, is more than just about flashy moves or explosive cannons. It's about the Buggy Ball. Sure, but also about the Mayor's March. It's about Nami's daring theft, Zoro's sword strikes, and most of all, Luffy's unwavering heart. What makes a move special isn't its power. It's what's behind it, the reason it's used, the people it's used for, and the courage it takes to strike. Thanks for listening to Everything in One. That wraps up One Piece Chapter 14, brought to life by Everything in One. We're not just here to retell the story, we're here to live it with you, one moment at a time. Stick around as we roll into Chapter 15, where the battle with Buggy takes an explosive twist and loyalties start to shift. If you're loving these detailed narratives, make sure to follow, like, and subscribe to Everything in One across your favorite platforms. Until next time, set sail with your heart, and never forget what your true treasure is. Would you like to continue with Chapter 15 in the same detailed, emotional style? I'm ready to dive in whenever you are.